John 5. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is in Jerusalem, near the sheep gate, a pool called in Hebrew Bethesda, which has 5 covered porches. A great multitude of the sick, blind, lame, and paralyzed lay there, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel of the Lord would come down at certain times and stir the water. Whoever stepped in first after the stirring was healed of whatever disease they had. One man was there who had been ill for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and learned that he had been in that condition for a long time, he asked him, "Do you want to be made well?" The sick man replied, "Sir, I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. While I am trying to get in, someone else steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Rise, take up your bed, and walk." Immediately the man was healed. He picked up his bed and walked. Now that day was the Sabbath. So the Jews said to the man who had been healed, "It is the Sabbath. It is not lawful for you to carry your bed." But he answered them, "The one who healed me said, 'Take up your bed and walk.'" They asked him, "Who is this man who told you to take up your bed and walk?" But the man who had been healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had slipped away into the crowd that was there. Later, Jesus found him in the temple and said, "See, you are well again. Sin no more, so that nothing worse may happen to you." The man went away and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. Because of this, the Jews began to persecute Jesus, since he was doing these things on the Sabbath. But Jesus answered them, "My Father is always working, and so am I." This made the Jews even more determined to kill him, because not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was also calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God. Jesus responded, "Truly, truly, I say to you, the Son can do nothing by himself, but only what he sees the Father doing. For whatever the Father does, the Son does likewise. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all that he himself is doing. And he will show him even greater works than these, so that you will marvel. For just as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, so also the Son gives life to whom he will. Moreover, the Father judges no one, but has entrusted all judgment to the Son, that all may honor the Son just as they honor the Father. Whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life, and will not come into judgment, but has passed from death to life. Truly, truly, I say to you, the hour is coming, and now is when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son also to have life in himself. And he has given him authority to execute judgment, because he is the Son of Man. Do not be amazed at this, for the hour is coming when all who are in their graves will hear his voice, and come out, those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment. I can do nothing on my own. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not my own will but the will of him who sent me. If I bear witness about myself, my testimony is not valid. There is another who bears witness about me, and I know that his testimony about me is true. You sent to John, and he has testified to the truth. But I do not accept human testimony. I say these things so that you may be saved. John was a burning and shining lamp, and you were willing for a time to rejoice in his light. But I have testimony greater than that of John. For the works that the Father has given me to accomplish, the very works I am doing, bear witness that the Father has sent me. And the Father who sent me has himself borne witness about me. You have never heard his voice, nor seen his form, nor does his word dwell in you, because you do not believe the one he sent. You search the Scriptures because you think that in them you have eternal life, yet they testify about me. But you refuse to come to me that you may have life. I do not receive glory from men. But I know you, that you do not have the love of God within you. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, you will receive him. How can you believe when you receive glory from one another, but do not seek the glory that comes from the only God? Do not think that I will accuse you before the Father. Your accuser is Moses, on whom you have set your hope. For if you believed Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote about me. But if you do not believe what he wrote, how will you believe what I say?